Who was Julius Caesar? Today we best remember Julius Caesar for his tragic end, immortalized by William Shakespeare imagery, lost words, et tu, Bruet. Because of his tragic end, we don't typically think what drove him to be loved and hated. Julius Caesar um, was creative, and whose childhood uh, experiences helped him become the strategic innovator of and dealing with whatever life threw at him. Through his early childhood experiences, his innovative thinking and willingness to utilize engineering that allowed him to win Rome military victories, his focus on political power in Rome that used strategies to improve the lives of Romans and be allowed acquired a lot of supporters, which led to his assassination. Point 1. Early childhood experiences. Julius Caesar was born on 13th July 100 BC. His family used to be very powerful, but fell in influence, and they were not as powerful as they once were. He was expected to be a minor member of the upper class, however, he proved everyone wrong. When his dad died, he became the head of his family in 85 BC. His family aligned with Gaius Marius, a prominent politician. Gaius made Caesar the high priest of Jupiter. The title was later stripped by Sulla in 82 BC after Sulla won the civil war at the Battle of the Colli Gate. This allowed Sulla to become dictator of Rome, which got dangerous for Caesar due to his alliance with Gaius. At 19, Caesar was arrested by Sulla, but escaped after bribing guards, to which he said, quote, Caesar bribed his captain, a centurion named Cornelius, with 2 talents and left Thivia. That was a quote by Plutarch. Okay. He joined the army in Turkey, gaining a high praise for his bravery. This is the start of his military career. In 78 BC, Caesar returned to Rome after hearing Sulla died. He became a lawyer, gaining a name for himself. The story of Plutarch says, Julius was taken near the island Pharmasua by pirates, which had very large fleets and a ton of small ships scattering all over the waters. When they first asked a ransom for Julius Caesar of 20 talents, he laughed at them, not understanding the value of the prisoner that they had. He engaged to give them 80 or 50. He dispatched those around to get the money and was kept with the bloodthirsty Sicilians. When they were trying to sleep, he ordered they make no noise. For 38 days he amused himself by joining exercise and games. He wrote verses and speeches and called them illiterate and barbarous, and would threaten to hang them. As soon as his ransom was paid, he was discharged. After he went back to the island, he crucified all the pirates and then served in the Third Metonite War and became a new chapter of Julius Caesar. By the way, I have my retainer in, so I'm sorry. Yeah. Point 2. His innovative thinking and willingness to utilize engineering allowed him to win Rome a military victory. Julius Caesar entered a new phase by involving military leadership. He used this and his political connections to climb ranks between 72 BC and 61 BC. He became the governor of Spain and made two influential friends which was Rome's greatest general Pompey, who he sided with for Sulla during the social wars and gained support during the dictatorship. The other was Caius, who made fortunes from seizing assets of enemies, um, and among other ways. The three men worked together, known as the first triumvirate. The first triumvirate. I think that's that right. Pompey married Caesar's daughter, further aligning them. Caesar, in reality was using the other two to anchor a higher rank. With Pompey's name and Crassus's funds, he played to the top of the game. Roman Senate he played to the top of the Roman Senate and became consul in 50 BC. It was there he introduced land reformity, giving land to Pompey's veterans and the poor. He also became the governor of Gaul in 58 BC and saw a way to increase wealth and standing in Rome. He invaded Gallic lands and reinforced Roman position, defeating several tribes. While doing this, these reports Sever sent Rome for the Republic, written in acting adventure. He got popular and began to outshine Pompey, who was worshipped. Pompey didn't really care. He was too busy with his new wife and didn't really care that all of this was happening. With this extra time, he went to Britain, something that no Roman had ever done. These reports were popular with Roman people, as some believed it didn't even exist. His powerful alliance was about to end. Caius wanted to make history in the military and ended up dying. And Pompey's wife died in childbirth. Pompey wanted then to restart his position and become a dangerous political enemy, and the conquered people started to rebel. A quote by a Roman soldier says, Roman soldier quoted by Julius Caesar says, quote, "Leap, fellow soldiers, unless you wish to betray your side to the enemy." Point 3. Focused on political power in Rome that used strategies to improve the lives of Roman, he acquired a lot of supporters, which led to his assassination. When Caesar came back, he became very popular in Rome. Senators got worried that he would copy Sullus's brutal takeover. He decided it would be best to stay alive and fight against the conservative enemies. Pompey joined the senators and said he could stamp foot and troops would spring up anywhere. The only problem with this claim was that quite a lot of Pompey's veterans liked Caesar after he gave them lands. As a result, many sided with Caesar and not Pompey. Crossing the Rubicon. This meant that the senators had to leave Italy and go to Greece, but in the tour heart, they forgot the treasury. So Caesar just walked into Rome and found a room full of money. Caesar landed in 48 BC. Pompey didn't want to fight Caesar knowing all his troops weren't there. So he did hold off for Caesar a little bit. They met at the Battle of Pharsus in August. Pompey was pressured into battle, but thought that he could crush Caesar. Caesar noticed that Pompey was preparing for a massive attack, so they used a very strategic moves and ended up taking the victory. On September 15th, the Julius priest said that he found a bad omen and to be away for 30 days for Julius Caesar. The night before his wife had a bad nightmare. The day before, his wife had a bad nightmare and told him. So on the 15th of March, 44 BC, Brutus went with 60 others and ended up stabbing Caesar 60 times. It was a fight for power until his nephew came, Curius Octavian, began an empire and started it all over. Quote by Julius Caesar says, "The die is cast." So, although we best remember Julius Caesar for his tragic end, immortalized by William Shakespeare, imaginary last words, et tu, Bruet. Because of his tragic end, we don't typically think about what drove him to be loved and hated. Julius Caesar was a creative thinker whose childhood experiences helped him become a strategic innovator of dealing with whatever life threw at him. Through his early childhood experiences, his innovative thinking and willingness to utilize engineering that allowed him to win Rome military victories, his focus on political power used in Rome, used strategy to improve the lives of Romans. He acquired a lot of supporters, which led to his assassination. Thank you.